Cameron Johnson. I started my first business when I was 9 years old. Made my first $1 million before I was 17. You could say I know a little bit about business. Strap in, because this is Beat the Boss USA.
3 bright sparks.
Right here, right now, you're going down.
3 big shots.
Remember that we're driving in limos all the time.
2 new products.
How can you pump and jump at the same time?
But only one team can win.
I have the result right here.
Beat the Boss.
Today we're in San Francisco, California, where the Bright Sparks and the Big Shots are going head-to-head to create a brand new toy craze that'll have Americans hooked. The question is, who knows what you really want?
Today's Bright Sparks are Rhys, Ruth, and Eli. First up, Rhys from Cardiff. He's sports mad and wants to play the Big Shots at their own game. Skill, born leader.
Big Shots, it's a red card for you.
Next, Ruth from Manchester. She's a musical maestro who's on song to beat the competition. Ability, team player.
Big Shots, you're going down.
And helping them crack the American market is Eli from San Francisco. He's a budding inventor who's always dreaming up new ideas. Talent, creative vision.
Big Shots, listen up. The last time you were a kid was 30 years ago. I'm still a kid. Who do you think knows kids better?
That was the Bright Sparks. Now let's bring on the Big Shots.
They are Bob, Margaret, and Ray. Internet entrepreneur Bob moved to San Francisco from the UK 4 years ago. Now, he's boss of a major business website. Skill, manager.
Bright Sparks, you're around 12 years old. I started my first business when I was 8. You are going home losers.
Next, Margaret, top technical designer for a television company. She never takes her eyes off the competition. Talent, born leader.
Bright Sparks, I take my job very seriously, and today my job is to make sure you lose. Sorry.
And finally, Ray, in charge of email security for a top internet firm. His customers include huge companies from around the world. Success secret, attention to detail.
Bright Sparks, work hard, because we're coming after you.
So those are our 2 teams, the Big Shots with over 30 years of American business brilliance, and the Bright Sparks who play by their own rules. Both teams have their sights set on victory in the Beat the Boss trophy. It's time to deliver the brief.
Hey, Cameron.
Hey, good morning, Bright Sparks. Ruth, what do you think of San Francisco?
It's really nice.
Eli, do you think you're going to be able to bring these 2 up to speed on the American market?
It depends if they really want to know or not.
Good morning, Big Shots.
Good morning.
Ray, how are you feeling?
A little anxious, but I'm good.
Bob, are you nervous?
I'm looking forward to it. We're going to take them on.
Guys, are you feeling confident?
Yeah, we're gonna win.
Can we just please see the brief?
Come on, hurry up.
All right. You'll need to whip the nation into a frenzy with this challenge. Your team has to create an outdoor craze to take America's backyards by storm. Your craze must have an element of skill, and it must be easy to carry around.
Right.
What do you think?
Yeah, that's really great. I think we can win this now. Definitely.
How long has it been since you've been into a craze?
We're crazy, but not into crazes.
Bright Sparks, do you know what a craze is?
Craze is something you go mad over. And like, say if like it's a toy, you have to get it.
The 3 of you have a great knowledge of business, but you need to get into the minds of kids and find out what crazes they're into today. You all need to see what toys are already out there and what crazes already exist. So you need to hit the ground running, and if you want my advice, you need to get going.
I have no idea what crazes kids are into these days.
I'm very excited about Ruth. I think we clearly gonna win.
Both teams have to create a craze that will take America by storm. It's not going to be easy. The American toy market is worth around $24 billion. So spotting the next big thing is going to be tough. Both teams must now carry out their market research. The Bright Sparks are heading downtown to a toy shop. They need to find out exactly what crazes are currently on the shelves.
Oh, wow.
Whoa, look at this.
It's like a rocket that just goes flying and it lights up. That would be really fun.
Oh, look, here's a boomerang. Good.
Oh.
It apparently comes back to you.
That's what boomerangs do.
Marshmallow shooter.
Oh, that is just evil. I would eat them.
Well, that's cool. So do Americans always buy water guns?
Well, a lot of the times, yeah.
Yeah, because it's really hot over here, isn't it? So, yeah, I find this really good because now we have Eli. It's really handy having him because he's American. So he can tell us what American kids want and what they don't want.
We're all kind of mishmashing ideas together. So I think we have a really big chance of beating the big shots.
But the team is not seeing eye to eye with every idea.
What about some pom-poms?
No, we're...
Give me big.
No, stop.
Oh.
The big shots are playing a different game. They're off to an American amusement park to meet their target market and find out what crazes are big.
Have there been any crazes that you've really been into in the last few years?
They have these really cool frisbees that go up and down when you throw them.
Skateboarding or riding your bike.
We also play tag in our backyard, like hide and go seek around the block.
Do you use anything when you play that, or are you just chasing after each other?
Sometimes we use like water balloons, maybe.
Did you play any of the games that were around here?
To knock things down with the ball, something like that.
The amusement park has been the best market research I've ever done. It's a lot of fun, and it's been really useful to hang out with the kids, play some games with them, watch how they interact with the games.
I've certainly learned that winning is fun. So I think maybe something where you can win, compete with your friends. We really need to get something that's an exciting toy that they're willing to go out in their backyard and play.
So the big shots are using their research time well and really getting into the mindset of American kids. Back in the city, the Bright Sparks are meeting up with toy inventor Mark Taylor. He helped create some of the world's biggest toy trends, including He-Man and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
When does a toy become a craze?
Toy becomes a craze when it sells by word of mouth. One child will see another child playing with it, and it's so amazing that they've got to get one right away. That's what we call a feeding frenzy in the business. You have to understand a little bit of who's going to be playing with or buying your product. Now, if you take these two toys, would the same kid want these two toys? So, you know, it's important that you understand who you're talking to.
So, some great tips from one of America's top toy designers. But the big shots also plan to get some expert advice themselves. They're hitting the beach to get hands-on experience with America's latest toy trends.
It is really annoying.
What you do is you put it around your ankle like this, and you spin it around, and you just sort of skip.
Okay, so if you're looking for some kind of toy to play in your backyard with your friends, what would you look for?
Something with a special feature, maybe a baseball bat that makes noise or something like that.
So Claire, is this a craze right now? Is this really popular?
Well, it was a couple of years ago. Now it's just sort of something you see a lot.
Like, is this something you would ever play with?
Yeah.
A lot of the kids seem to enjoy throwing things. They like sort of target practice. Those are all really good concepts that we can build some ideas around.
They've got plenty of information, but as they struggle to play with some of the toys, they're starting to realize just how difficult creating a craze is going to be.
It takes one idea to spread through the community, and how you get to that thing, I'm not sure. Got to figure it out.
Oh, my knees.
The Bright Sparks don't seem to be struggling. They've taken some of Mark's toys to the park to test them out for themselves. With the market research coming to an end, how is the team feeling about their challenge?
I've got a couple of ideas and I just can't wait now to brainstorm and get them down onto paper.
Oh, butterfingers!
We definitely think we're ready for the brainstorm.
I'm definitely ready to brainstorm, and big shots, you're going down.
Both teams have completed their market research, but who will make the most of it? It's time for the brainstorm.
So maybe if we take the first 10 minutes to do our own ideas and then try to mash them together. we'll have something.
The Bright Sparks are off to a shaky start. They've forgotten the first rule of business, communication. And they're working on completely different ideas. Back at their base, the big shots are going over their market research.
Did the baseball thing make noise too?
Yeah.
And then there's a really horribly noisy, spinny
noisy
thing.
boomerang. That,
Can we make something quiet? How about that?
I hope we left that in the ocean.
How about something quiet?
But this isn't about what they want, it's about what their target market wants. These guys don't seem to be on the right page yet. Back in the park, the Bright Sparks have finally got it going. But Eli seems to have some very big ideas.
It's like an obstacle course, so you zip line like onto the surfboard thing.
I know, but where are you going to attach the rope?
Inflate.
Well, will it come with poles?
Yeah.
But try keeping it realistic.
Bright Sparks, what have you got so far?
I have a pogo stick, which when you bounce on, a load of water sprays out.
What have you been working on, Eli?
I have a zip line. It's like completely portable, and the poles are inflatable.
It's not going to be able to hold any weight. Ruth, what have you got?
Oh, well, I've got a pool which has a ladder and a sliding jacuzzi.
Here's what I've got. You have 3 totally separate ideas. You guys need to start talking, you need to communicate, and you need to come up with an idea that you can all agree on. You've only got a limited amount of time, so I'm gonna come back in a few minutes, and I think you all need to start working together on one idea. The Bright Sparks have 3 totally different ideas, and they're not working together as a team. Right now, I have no idea how they're gonna be able to pull this off.
The big shots have now managed to come up with an idea, but will it be a craze?
We're talking about throwing things, and we have, some set of hoops, and you got an assortment of things that you can throw through them. Because
Sounds good.
You could even do it by yourself, right? If you wanted to set some up and you're trying to throw the little airplane, through 1 or 2 of them.
Hey, big shots. How's it going?
Hey.
Have you gotten any ideas?
We have an array of different items, different shapes to be thrown. Airplane, frisbee, ball, and a set of rings of different sizes that can be set up on little stands and throw through as a game of skill.
Are you done? That's it? Well, if you want my opinion, you've got a glorified dartboard. I think it's not necessarily that creative or that unique, but I also would encourage you to keep it simple because I think in order to have a craze and for it to lead to a frenzy, something has to be simple.
Well, Cameron certainly knows how to come in and rain on a parade, but I think his suggestions are really helpful. Certainly the kind of direction we need at this point.
Back at the park, Rhys and Eli are refusing to see eye to eye, and they're only interested in their own ideas.
If you have all one
You have an
pole,
inflatable ring around a trampoline, and the inflatable ring is really strong pressured air.
inflatable ring with plastic. It's just gonna fall as soon as you bounce on it.
Not if you have lots of air pressure going in.
Air pressure, you're gonna blow loads of air pressure in. Your mum's
Who
gonna
said
sit
you're
there
gonna
like
blow?
that. Well, you're gonna pump it in. How can you pump
not gonna
and
pump
jump
it in.
at the same time?
Rhys and Eli, they're just always bickering because one can't have their own way. They always like to be right, but you have to remember, not all the time you can be right.
Battery power, you're gonna apply a pump with a battery.
Whoa, Bright Sparks, how are you getting along?
Not good.
How come?
We have one idea.
Not gonna work, I tell you.
All right. Hold on, pencils down. Try and stop arguing, because if you argue, you're not gonna get anywhere. I love your passion, and I love it that you guys are so far behind that idea. But I think there's also a great idea that all 3 of you can agree upon.
I do not think it's going well at all. I seriously can't see us getting a product by the end of the hour.
Sound like shoes.
All right, time's up. Pencils down. What have you got?
We present to you gliders.
We sold the 5 rings. We have probably 3 or 4 shapes of airplanes. The different planes are worth different points. The different hoops are worth different points.
Well, I think you've got a product. I don't know if you've got a craze. I think your pitch, when you pitch it to the company, is gonna have to be perfect, because one small mistake, and I'm afraid that you may lose to the Bright Sparks. I'm worried.
I'm pretty concerned that the kids will have come up with something better than us. And if they do, it'll be really embarrassing. So fingers crossed they've had a bad day.
But in the nick of time, the Bright Sparks have decided to put their differences aside and focus on Rhys's water-squirting pogo stick.
The higher the bounce, the further the water goes, yeah?
Yeah.
All right, Bright Sparks, time's up. Have you got an idea?
Yeah.
One that everyone agrees on?
Yeah.
Can you believe it?
After all the debate, we
Pretty
finally-
impressive, pretty impressive.
It's like a pogo stick, and instead of bouncing on a stick, you're bouncing on a ball. The higher you bounce, it just squirts out like a fire hydrant really, really hard, and it drenches your friends.
Bright Sparks, you've got a great idea, but that was the easy part. Now you're gonna have to pitch your idea to a leading toy manufacturer. You're gonna have to impress them because they're gonna be creating your toy, and one small slip up could cost your team the entire competition. Are you ready?
Yes. The big shots are gonna be so scared they're gonna be peeing their pants. We're coming after them, we're gonna win.
So the Bright Sparks have created Pogo Ball. It squirts water and has detachable pom-poms. While the Big Shots Gliders is a target game that involves throwing airplanes through hoops. Both teams now have to present their ideas to Whammo, one of America's top toy companies and responsible for some of the biggest crazes. They will be pitching to company boss Mazda. It's the day of reckoning. The two teams are about to meet for the very first time.
Yeah, I'm really excited. All of us are buzzing and just waiting. We just want to get in the room and start the pitch.
I think the Bright Sparks will probably be an energetic group of kids, probably talk a lot of trash, but at the end of the day, this is something we do all the time, and this is new for them.
So how'd you get here, horse and carriage?
Well, I drove here, but the tricycle parking is around back.
Your legs can't hack a bike, can they?
Before the banter goes too far, Mazda tosses a coin to see who will pitch first.
Okay, you guys come with me, and you big shots are gonna have to wait.
Let's go.
We're gonna miss you. Just walk.
Also listening to the pitches will be the head of marketing, Rhys. If they don't impress him, they won't stand a chance.
We have a fantastic new product called Pogo Ball.
This idea is based on a pogo stick, but rather than bouncing on a stick, you're bouncing on a ball.
Instead of standing on 2 footrests, we have a circular disc, which makes it easier to use.
When you bounce, water will come out of these holes. The bigger the bounce, the further the water goes. Thanks for listening. We are open for any questions, but before you do, we have a jingle.
Just wait 1 sec.
Thanks.
Get behind us.
Yo, 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 check it out, check it out.
Pogo ball!
It takes over your yard.
Pogo ball!
It's not so hard.
Pogo ball!
It's really fun
Pogo ball!
for everyone.
Word!
I like it. I think you've put a lot of things into the product. As far as the name goes, I think you guys need to think of a different name, original name. I think Pogo's out there already.
I'm definitely relieved that the pitch is over, and I think it went great. It couldn't have gone better. They really got what we were saying.
How'd it go?
They went great. You gotta watch out.
It's make or break time for the Big Shots. They'll have to nail this pitch if they're gonna impress the company bosses.
Wanted to start with the concept. Playing with airplanes in your backyard with an extra little challenge or twist. So we present to you flyers. We have an assortment of airplanes. We have a set of hoops. And the hoops are on stands that you can stand up in your yard, a couple different sizes. And then we try to throw, yes, the plane through them.
I'm not sure it's quite there as a product in terms of getting the kids off the couch.
The plane needs to be more exciting, and you're asking it to do a lot of things to be aimable. And if you've ever played with an airplane, they're really kind of hard to control, and I think kids will get frustrated with that unless you provide a means of stabilizing the plane.
So we need to make it more exciting, especially around the planes. The planes need to be very interesting. So the feedback seemed to be, we have a product, but how do we make it better?
With both pitches done, which idea has the bosses hooked?
At this stage of the game, before they go into the design department, I would have to say that the Bright Sparks are definitely in the lead.
The Bright Sparks were impressive in their pitch, but the Big Shots are still determined to close the gap. They'll now work with toy designer Alex to try and put some wow factor into their product.
One of the ideas you might want to consider, in addition to just having it defined as a space shuttle, a glider, and whatnot, How about having like a center body and then you have the wings and you could choose what you want to put on there? That makes more like...
Yeah, it's kind of a kit.
Then in addition to the ring, maybe you should have a place that it lands.
Yes. Well, we talked a little about, you could even, imagine you had 3 stands, you could take 1 or 2 of the rings and they're the landing targets that you just put on the ground, right?
So you hit through one and into another.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Before the Bright Sparks meet, Alex, they're trying to come up with a new name, and they've decided to go for luck of the draw.
Pick up. Water flight fight. Wizza!
When it comes to agreeing on a color scheme for their design, once again, the team can't see eye to eye.
What color should the handlebars be?
This color?
The green?
Yeah.
I think everything should like clash, maybe.
Clash. Are you having a laugh?
It's in the fashion show.
It's a toy.
Okay.
I think it should not clash.
Here we go again. This time it's Ruth who stands her ground. But despite the different ideas, they finally managed to compromise.
The designers were a real great help. They gave us lots of good ideas. And all in all, I'm really happy with the product.
So at the end of the day, which idea does company boss Majda like best?
Based on the innovation and I think the creativity and the passion they put into the product, I think the Bright Sparks is the winner.
But the final decision lies with our 25 expert judges. It's decision day. Both teams are on their way to the Beat the Boss USA headquarters to find out who's won.
Their product cannot be better than perfect, so we're gonna win.
Well, if I have to go back and tell my coworkers that I got beaten by a bunch of kids, I'll tell them they canceled the show.
I'm really confident our product is definitely going to win.
Bright Sparks, good luck. But remember, we're the big shots.
Big shots, you might think your product is good, but ours is even better.
Even if you win today and drive off in the limo, remember that we're driving in limos all the time.
Right here, right now, you're going down.
Welcome to Beat the Boss USA's headquarters. This is the big moment. You're about to see your finished products for the very first time. How are you feeling?
Good. Excited.
All right, let's do it.
Ooh. Very cool. Real good.
Oh.
They look well worn, well tested. I'm feeling pretty good. These look pretty cool.
Bob, what do you think of your finished product?
It looks quite fun. I'd play it. Check out the Ring of Fire.
Yeah, Ring of Fire. Bright Sparks, what do you think of their idea?
But easy to use the planes because they're so small.
Rhys, are you feeling more confident about your invention now?
No, definitely. Theirs is a load of rubbish.
I wonder if they perhaps just lack the imagination to, appreciate the game.
So you're still confident?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, Bright Sparks, let's see what you guys have.
Okay.
There it is.
Yeah, I really like it. The colors are really bright and makes it look really good.
Even more confident now that you've seen your finished product?
Yeah, definitely.
Being that you're the same age as your target market, do you think that gives you an advantage and the kids are going to choose this one?
Definitely.
Yes.
Yeah.
Big Shots, they've invented a pogo stick that can squirt water. What do you think of that?
The pogo stick was kind of 1950s, right?
No, that was your birth.
They're confident with their idea now.
Because they're 60 and 70. This is supposed to be for 8 to 12-year-olds, so we don't really care what they think.
All right. Well, that's what you think, but what's important is what your target market thinks. So if you have a seat, then we can find out what they had to say. Good luck.
We asked our 25 judges to test both products. To make it fair, they had no idea who designed which one. First up is the Big Shots Hoop Flyers.
You need to aim well, so yeah, you need skills.
I thought that was really fun.
You had to get it through both rings and land it in a certain place, and it was hard enough to get it through 2 rings.
I don't think Hoop Flyers is easy to carry around because it's very big. I thought it was really fun because you could practice hand-eye coordination and you really had to focus on the hoops.
That's positive.
Yeah, that's good. That's what we wanted.
Skill involved.
And what did the judges make of the Bright Sparks water flight fight?
I think water flight fight would be a fun craze, and I would want it for Christmas.
It's hard because it's full of water and it's heavy. You could squirt water at people and you can jump at the same time.
I can't really jump on it, but I want to stick to it because it's really fun.
I didn't like the pom-pom handles because it kind of got annoying after a while. I think water fight flight could be the next craze because it's awesome.
No. At least one person liked it.
Time to vote.
So that's what the judges thought. Big shots, our judges love the fact that you had customizable planes and they like throwing them through the hoops. But they found hoop flyers quite difficult to play. Bright Sparks, they love the fact that you could squirt water and they also love that it was portable. But they thought that when it was filled with water, that water flight fight was very hard to bounce. Who did they vote as the overall winner? I have the result right here. The winners of the Beat the Boss USA Backyard Craze with a crazy 20 votes to 5.
Oh, landslide.
Are the Bright Sparks. Bright Sparks, come accept your trophy. Congratulations, you beat the bosses. How does it feel?
Feels great. No.
Well, there's a limo waiting for you. Big shots, I'm sorry, but you will be taking the bus. Come on.
Aww.
Ruth, how does it feel to have beaten the bosses and now you're riding in a limo?
I'm so excited, and it's just so nice in here.
Well, I'm probably not going to talk a lot about this with my colleagues. I don't want them to know how badly we got beat.
Yeah, when I seen their product, I was really nervous. It was really good, but it's all turned out well. And look, now we're riding in a limo.
Congratulations, you did well. Go to college.
We did the almost impossible. We beat the bosses, 20 to 5.
Well done. Looks like you may have a new craze on your hands.
Well, you did it. You beat the bosses. Cheers.
Cheers!